Slowly but steadily, King Prithvi Narayan Shah was unifying the smaller kingdoms to form a greater Nepal. His unification campaign did not end with the victory over the Kathmandu Valley. He wanted to expand the territories of Nepal to an even greater extent. He wanted a greater Nepal. After the conquest of Kathmandu Valley, King Prithvi Narayan Shah focused towards the eastern sides of Nepal, towards the Limbuwan regions. In 1771 AD, the Gorkhas, with the view of attacking the land of the Limbus, crossed the Arun River. When the Limbu kings learned this, they brought their forces and fought a decisive battle on the banks of the Arun and Sowa rivers. The generals of the Limbu army were General Sombotre, General Tesakpa, General Kankare, and Commander General Khongso. They made their fortifications on the banks of the Sowa river and fought bravely against the invading Gorkhas. The Limbu army drove their enemy back from their lands, and despite the Gorkha kings sending frequent reinforcements, the Limbu army kept fighting for 3 years. The Limbu army drove their enemy back to a distance of about 9 days and killed many Gorkha soldiers by guerrilla warfare in the eastern hills. During this first battle of Chainpur, the battlefield was the area between Chainpur and Dunja. In 1774 AD, Gorkha forces again came to the banks of the Arun River to fight with the Limbu forces. Raghu Rana, the commander of the Gorkha forces, asked the Limbu commander to fix a day for a combat between the commanders only. He proposed that the rest of the soldiers should leave their weapons at their bases and attend the duel of their two commanders as spectators only. They agreed that the winner would win the battle and take control of the armies. General Khongso, the Limbu forces commander, was inspired by the Limbu god of war, Tibangma. He came out yelling, "I will cut him into pieces immediately," then drew his sword and put a red color on it, picked up his shield and went to the fighting place prepared for combat. But Raghu Rana and the Gorkhali forces commander had ordered his soldiers to hide weapons and ammunitions on the side of the road where the battle was to be held. On the morning of 25th of month of Baisakh, all the soldiers on both sides stood on the upper and lower sides of the fighting ground situated on the southern side of the Chainpur town. The combat between the Limbu General Khongso and Gorkhali General Raghu Rana started. The soldiers stood watching while the generals fought till afternoon. In the afternoon, Khongso finally smote Raghu Rana in such a way that he died. Watching the defeat of the general, the Gorkha forces immediately picked up the weapons they had hidden and attacked the Limbu General Khongso and soldiers. Khongso died in the battlefield, and the Limbu army fought Gorkhali army on the way to Thambar river, and by closing their way towards the river, killed all the Gorkhali soldiers. The Limbu forces then buried the bodies of Raghu Rana and Khongso on the upper and lower sides of the fighting ground and erected stone monuments over their graves. After the annihilation of the Gorkhali army during the second battle of Limbuwan in Chainpur, King Prithvi Narayan Shah sent an army under the command of General Ram Bahadur Thapa. This time, the Limbu officers were General Manjit Ray and General Birjit Ray. When the Limbu forces heard about the arrival of the Gorkha forces at Chainpur, they made traps by digging trenches along the path leading to the town of Chainpur and set up ambushes along the traps. The Gorkhali forces made their way to Chainpur again and were killed in an ambush and guerrilla warfare. The news of the Battle of Chainpur reached the Sikkim palace. The Sikkimese king Tenzing Namgyal, have alliance with the Limbu kings, declared war against the Gorkhas. By this time, the Gorkhas declared ceasefire with the Limbus and Battle of Chainpur came to an end. In the meantime, the Gorkhali representatives were negotiating peace terms with the Limbu minister in Vijayapur. Vijayapur was a very renowned town, and thus it was not easy to conquer for the Gorkhali king, so he sought help from the British. But King Buddhikarna Khebang of Morang was already in close contact with the British, Sikkim and Bhutan and Tibet. When King Buddhikarma came to know that the neighboring countries of King Karnasen was annexed by the Gorkhas, he was determined to bring help from the British. King Karnasen, his family and his minister fled and came to take refuge on the Vijayapur palace. King Buddhikarna gave charge of his state affairs to his chief minister, Shersung Rai Chemjong, and went to Kolkata to ask for military help. In 1773 AD, the Governor-General Warren Hastings was in Murshidabad at that time, so Buddhikarna went and sought help. It was agreed that the British soldiers would help protect the Morang kingdom from the invading Gorkhas. With this assurance, King Buddhikarna wrote a letter to King Prithvi Narayan Shah not to invade Morang because he had British help on his side. But soon Raja Buddhikarna realized that the Gorkhali king had also written a letter to the British against him and realized he would not get any help from the British. He then went to Tibet and asked for the help of Chinese emperor. During King Buddhikarna Khebang's absence in Vijayapur, the Gorkha king sent his army to Vijayapur town to capture it. The chief minister Shersung Chemjong and minister of time Shikhum Phung and Srejung peacefully surrendered themselves to the Gorkha king on the condition that they would be given full autonomy in Limbuwan. Thus in August 1774, the Gorkha king Prithvi Narayan Shah's representatives Abhiman Singh Basnet, Bharat Bhandari, Kriti Singh Khawas and Bali Vania met the ministers of Morang state and agreed to come to good terms with Gorkha kingdom and accept Gorkhali king as the Maharaja, and then in return the kingdom of Gorkha would retain the right of self-government of Limbu rulers in their kingdoms. The Gorkha Bardars, Abhiman Singh Basnet, Bharat Bhandari, Kriti Singh Khawas and Bali Vania on the behalf of Gorkha king Prithvi Narayan Shah agreed to take an oath and swear on Noon Pani, promising that Gorkha king would never confiscate Limbus Kipat land nor destroy them. After making such an agreement on saltwater, the Gorkha Bardars on behalf of the Gorkha Raja gave the following treaty paper or Lal Mohar to the Limbu ministers of Vijayapur. When the allies of the Morang kingdom heard the news of the agreement between Gorkha and Morang kingdoms, the Limbu rulers of the Mewa kingdom, Vedap kingdom, Maua kingdom and Tambar kingdom also came to Vijayapur to join the alliance with the Gorkha king under the same terms of conditions of the treaty. Rulers of the above regions, Hapohang, Henganghang, Nembanghang, under the leadership of Chemjonghang, decided to join the Gorkha king on the same conditions. Thus the Limbuwan Gorkha War came to an end in 1774 with the principalities of Limbuwan joining the Gorkha kingdom except the kingdom of Yanggork and kingdom of Ilam. In 1775, King Yongyang of Yanggork was not satisfied with the terms of self-government proposed by the Gorkha king and instead went to Sikkim palace and insisted that the king of Sikkim to declare war against the Gorkhas. He raised his Limbu army and joined it with the Sikkimese army. The Bhutia Sikkimese army general Tipu Taka attacked Chainpur and drove back a small Gorkha force from the Siddipur fort. Reinforcements of the Gorkha force arrived with full war equipment and they drove the Sikkimese back to the Tambar river where a decisive battle was fought. The Sikkimese army retreated to their country and the Gorkha persuaded them as far as Ilam. The Limbu king of Ilam, Hangsun Fabba, surrendered to the Gorkha king conditionally. The king later gave him full autonomy in Kipat and his region with Lal Mohar in 1869 BS. Although the Bhutia Sikkimese army were pushed back to Sikkim, the Limbu forces of King Yongyang of the Sikkimese Lepcha army attacked Morang under General Chokthup and defeated the Gorkhas in 17 battlefields. After that, the Bhutia battalion under General Tipu Taka came back and joined the Lepcha and Limbu forces of Lepcha General Chokthup and Limbu General Sunohang. The Gorkha king sent a huge reinforcement to drive the Sikkimese army from Morang, but in a big battle near the Rangeli town, the Gorkhas were badly defeated and the Gorkha officers appealed for peace. The Gorkha-Sikkim Treaty was signed in Vijayapur. King Prithvi Narayan Shah died in 1775, January 15. In 1775 AD, the treaty was signed between Gorkha and Sikkim, but in the same year, King Pratap Singh Shah, the son of King Prithvi Narayan Shah, invaded Sikkim through Taplejung and Ilam. Under the leadership of Purna Ali Magar, they took over western Sikkim. The Sikkimese forces retaliated and pushed the Gorkha's force back. After the invasion, the Sikkimese general Dipachang Rinzing became determined to drive away the Gorkhas from Sikkim and even from Limbuwan. They pushed the Gorkha soldiers back to the Arun River and Chainpur. The Limbu rulers who had joined the Gorkha following the Gorkha-Limbuwan Treaty of 1774 were fighting alongside the Gorkhas. When they saw other Limbuwans fighting from the Sikkimese side, they challenged them. A big battle took place among the Limbus themselves at the Nirgum battlefield. After the Gorkha side Limbus were reinforced with other Magar Gorkha soldiers, the Limbu siding with Sikkim were defeated and they fled. Besides Chainpur, pockets of Gorkha soldiers were fighting in Yangrok of Limbuwan. The Sikkimese won the Battle of Yangrok and the Gorkha soldiers were entirely slain and taken prisoners in Yangrok fort. Besides Chainpur and Yangrok, a big battle also took place at Phu of Morang, and under General Chokthup, the Sikkimese defeated the Gorkhas. Meanwhile, General Depachang Rinzing commanded Bhutia soldiers and crossed the Arun River and attacked Dingla Fort and Phai Fort and occupied them. Finally, the Gorkha king sent a huge battalion of reinforcements and attacked the Sikkimese army at Dingla and Phali forts and chased them back to Siddhapur fort in Chainpur. In the Battle of Chainpur, the Sikkimese forces fled from the battlefield and withdrew to Sikkim. Thus, the Sikkim-Gorkha War in Limbuwan region ended in 1776. Well, that was all for Gorkha-Limbuwan War. Hope you guys liked this video. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe if you haven't done it yet. And keep following us for more videos about history. Enjoyed this video? Well, that is all for today. Have a great day. And don't forget to like, comment and subscribe to our channel if you haven't done it. Thank you.